going on? Flip Gaming here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we have Fire Benimaru, yes, the new 5-star warrior dropping in Epic 7, and we're testing him out in Arena with pretty good success. I thought he was going to be pretty good, and I did have high expectations for him after I saw him. On paper, he looks really, really good. I think in Arena and potentially GVG, he's going to be really, really good. I'm not too sure about RTA. I haven't tested him out there, but he does seem very situational. And so that's why we're testing him out in Arena. I think we're going to try GVG as well, but you can really take advantage of how the AI works with his kit, right? And so you want to bring him into units that have extra turns. And so he's extra turn killer Benimaru, right? And so you'll see that we did bring him in against Conqueror Lilius. He might also work well against Lua, right? On defense, right? Because the thing about it is, if you're playing against a regular player like an RTA, right, they can just not press their skills. And so that's kind of the drawback about his kit. If they don't press skills, if they don't take that extra turn, he does not activate, and he pretty much does nothing. He does have a defense break on the S3, which I think is actually really good. The only thing that I feel he's missing is some way to survive after he S3s, because he goes all in. So you'll see in this one, Rand goes, he gets an extra turn, he procs our Benimaru, right? And so Benimaru does have his own artifact equipped here, and so he does get an attack buff. We don't have him insanely damage built. We have him about 270 crit damage, about 3.2k attack. And you see there, he did really well against that Aiden. That S3 into S2 double tap, right? Pretty much sealed the deal for us. The great thing about his S3 here is that when he has that multi-layer barrier, right? So after they take that extra turn, he gets the multi-layer barrier, and that increases his hit chance by 50%, right? So pretty much negating Savior Aiden's passive. Now, keep in mind, if they have an evasion artifact equipped, you can still get RNG'd and she can still evade, right? And then counter you. If you're very squishy, you could potentially die. But that increased hit chance is actually really good. You'll see here that we go up against Conqueror Lilius again. That hit chance also gives us a hit chance on landing on water units. We defense break the Lua, and then we follow up with the S2. Moon Bunny here is just to cleanse and push up our strays. And then we just double tap, right? S3, S3, and then GG, right? So that's kind of his kit right now. That's how I see him being played right now. I was really hoping that he would be able to be built as a bruiser. But the problem, like I said, is if they don't activate their skills, right, on a regular arena or GVG, we can take advantage of that because they're always going to use their S3, right? They're always going to go with their extra turn skills. But if you're playing RTA, right, it's more likely not going to happen. But for the most part, I think he's actually pretty good if you're considering the Arena GVG way of the game, right? But his passive is pretty good. He gives himself up to a 40% CR push. He penetrates defense when he has multi-layer barrier. He also penetrates defense even more. So you could build him on like a speed pen set. That 40%, since we're probably going to be playing him a lot on like bot arena and GVG, you can actually make him a little bit slower. We have him about 260 speed, so I don't think he needs to be that fast. But you can make him slower with even more damage. He does have a well imprint, and that being his crit chance imprint. And so here he is. You'll see Benimaru. His imprint is pretty good. We have him 99 crit, by the way, right? Okay, because we're free to play, right? But his crit imprint is pretty good. So we could triple S him, right? Like let's say if we triple S, that's 16.8 crit chance that we would get from that. So that means that we could drop this crit set for pen set instead, right? So that's why we would be able to get more damage. right? If you have similar stats. But you also have to keep in mind that if you do want to bring him into RTA, they're probably not going to press their skills. So you're going to want him decently tanky. And it's tough. It's tough getting him with enough speed, crit chance, crit damage, attack, and bulk to be able to survive if, let's say, Conqueror is just S1s, right? Drags and pulls in another unit, hits you, and then you're potentially dead, right, off of that one turn. So if you make him very squishy, there is a possibility of that. We still have to test him out a little bit more, but I think he did pretty well in Arena. We have him on a speed crit build. I would say that his damage is pretty decent as well. We have him on Grace of Growth. So if you're planning on building him, he is going to be a unit that you have to plus 15. So after we take him off of Grace, we probably will plus 15 him. But keep in mind, he is going to be kind of situational. He reminds me a lot of Celine. So he's like the better improved Celine. So like Celine 2.0, I guess you can kind of think about it. He is on his own artifact, so this gives him immunity, a 75% chance at the start of the battle, and he can also give himself attack buff. If this was fully maxed out, it would be 100% chance. That attack buff is pretty big, especially when you S3. So the S3, you want to deal as much damage as possible so that when you follow up with the S2, you can potentially get a kill on that unit that you hit with the S3, right? He does have defense break on the S3. So with that, he can potentially guarantee a kill if he has enough damage, right? So you're going to have to play around with his stats to see where he fits on your team. But overall, I think he's pretty good in Arena. I'm pretty sure he's going to do really well in GBG. So hopefully we get a chance to try him out there. But that's going to be it for me. Let me know your thoughts about Benimaru. How have you built him? How has he fared for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.